Hello everyone, just Jackal, and welcome back to Jackalcast, episode 2. So, today's topic is video game consoles. So, the way it works, as explained, is both contestants to the left and my right introduce yourselves.
Hello, I'm just Sasson.
Hi, I'm Whisper Wolf.
We'll compete to tell stories and try to get the most points by the end of the episode, and whoever gets the most points by the end of the episode will get to choose a topic for the next episode. So, you guys have a good understanding of that?
Yeah.
Alright, so I guess we're ready to start. Alright, so I will go left to right, maybe, or whoever just wants to start the story first. So whoever feels like they have a good enough story. If you need an idea, you could talk about your first console.
Okay.
So
My
whatever one of you decides to go first.
my
Okay.
first console and a story that I have with it is that I got a Wii for my I think it was my 4th birthday, okay? And we had like 4 games for it. I think it was like Wii Sports and some other sports games, and we didn't really get many games after that until like recently. So we were trying out some of the games, and it was Christmas Day. It was pretty fun, and I got my mom to play, and we played the bull riding game on the Wii, and she somehow ended up falling off the bull.
Sorry,
The
go on.
digital bull.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, no, I know.
that she didn't want to play after that. It wasn't something she wanted to do.
Yeah.
Um,
Alright.
yeah. Phil,
Is
if
that
you'd
it?
like to give a
Is it the story?
story, yeah.
Alright, I will give that story 2 points because it was kind of short, but it was alright. It's an alright story.
Yeah.
Alright, Phil, tell us about your first console.
My first console was the Xbox 360.
Ah, it's a good one.
And it wasn't mine. I got it from my brother. So he
Okay.
got, I don't know what he got. I think he got something better. I don't remember what it was. But he gave me his Xbox 360. And the only game I had for that was Call of Duty, like the first Call of Duty.
Like
So,
Call of
Like
Duty 1.
Call of Duty 2 is
yes.
the first one on the Xbox, I think.
Whichever one. I don't remember. It was the one with Woods and Mason. So whichever one that one was. I,
Oh, you mean Black Ops 1.
yeah, sorry. I got to
Okay. You got me confused because I thought you meant like the
I was
actual first
confused.
Call of Duty
No,
ever.
I've gotten confused a lot about that. So yes, Call of
Okay,
Duty,
yes.
the Black Ops.
Black Ops 1, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So Call of Duty Black Ops was the first game I had for the Xbox 360, and I played
Yeah.
that game religiously. I don't think there's a time or day I was not on the Xbox playing that, even though it was on a shitty TV. Like I had one of those box TVs, and the
Oh, yeah.
fucking just like the graphics and stuff that looked like
I
on
know
that TV was
exactly what you're talking about because
ass.
that's what I started my gaming experience on.
Bro, like as soon as I knew people that had like these like better TVs, like flat screens or something.
Flat screens, yeah,
Yeah.
early.
So I went around over their house. I'm like, damn, bro, what is this? Why does it look so
Yeah.
good?
I
It's
don't
not
You
blurry
know,
as
remember
I,
the
hell.
flat screen until I
I
was
know, I
20.
understand in eyes of most people, we may be young considering we're all 17, correct? Well, Phil, you're turning
Almost.
18, and
I am
so am
turning
I very
18 in
shortly. Yeah, me
a
and Phil
month.
are turning 18 very soon.
I got
So a lot of people
2
like to
months,
like shame
a month
people
and a
for
half.
being younger than like 20 and stuff like that. Either way, um, what I'm trying to say is that I think the fact that we got to grow up in a time before flat screens were like normal and cheap is crazy. Because I remember when
Oh
I was
yeah.
younger, flat screens were pretty expensive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
I
I
I
think the
remember,
only person that had one in my house was my dad.
yeah, not
He
even my
somehow
dad
got
had
one.
flat screen till at least 2016 maybe. No, maybe 2015.
I think he bought
So
one and then he got one from a friend. So he got one cheap.
yeah,
Mm.
But he had like two, and then I had like a box one. But yeah,
yeah, I'm pretty sure it was around 2014 or 15 where I got mine. in the living room, and I didn't even get a flat screen in my bedroom till 2021.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
think I
being so
got.
serious.
Wait,
I had a little box TV for the first 16 years of my life, and I just upgraded to a flat screen this year. I don't think I had a bunch of experience with flat screens since then, but
I think it was
yeah,
2 or 3 years ago I got my first flat screen.
yeah, you're lucky.
I think that was it. I'm not sure. I'm not really that good on remembering.
Yeah, you're good. So yeah, Xbox 360, and then Will, you said Wii? What was it? My brain's dying.
Yeah, the Wii
All right, okay, Phil.
and the GameCube on the same day. So like, yeah.
Yeah, Phil. I think that Will actually had a little more of a story than you. You just kind of said what your first game and console was, so I'm actually just going to give you 1 point for that story. It was a good thing that you had an Xbox 360, but I think Will was able to actually incorporate a story in there that I found a little bit humorous. So
Mhm.
Yeah, there was no way
there
I
we
was
go.
interpreting a story that I didn't remember.
Yeah. So now that we're past that, now you guys can go over stories you do remember about being on consoles, or you guys can talk just about consoles. Just tell us a story about them. Whoever wants to go next.
Hmm.
So, do either of you have something?
Phil.
Um, I guess I did have a PS2.
Okay.
Okay.
Tell us
So,
about it.
all right, so the PS2 I don't have anymore, I'm very sad about. I don't know where it is, but I probably had that for a probably long time. Like I know me and my sister played a couple games. The one of the games was like this like Mad Max. No, no, wrong. I don't remember the game. Wow. It was like this game where you had to be the like creepy creature, and then you go around just destroying the whole town of something,
Yeah.
and like you'd
That
be a
does not sound
robot.
like Mad Max whatsoever. Go
Yeah,
on.
I don't know why I said Mad Max. Like my brain just said, "Oh, Mad Max." Like
Wait, were
no,
you in like a car? I remember there was one game where you rode around in a car and you were like monster truck. It was like a clown or something.
I do remember. I do remember the game you're talking about, but no,
Yeah. Okay.
the because like you could be like a robot or like this weird monster thing. It
I
was like
think I know what you're talking about too. Yeah.
it looks so old. Like now that I'm remembering it, it looks so old. But back in the
Oh,
day, it was
wait. Was
amazing.
like was Mothzilla one of them or whatever it's called? The moth from the Godzilla series. You know what I'm talking about?
You're talking about-
Mothra. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you which kind of monsters. I literally couldn't.
I
They're
honestly,
just
now that
some
you said
weird
that, you
monsters.
unlocked like a like a little fucking inside out core memory thing. I knew
Yeah,
someone who had they had like this game where
core
you ran
memory.
around as like big monsters and you destroyed the city. I remember it was explaining to me. I know I think like King Kong or Godzilla was in there, and I remember like that's the first time I knew who Mothra was
Yeah,
because of that game.
there. It
But
was
yeah,
like
okay,
no, the not the monster, but I remember like some kind of like King Kong type monster
yeah,
in there
okay. I
with the
think I know what you're
robots.
talking about. Yeah, okay, go on.
I couldn't even tell you the name, but I wish I could. It was an amazing game. I think I played that with my sister a lot. Like that was when my sister actually liked video games, not like girly video games.
Yeah,
But like it was just amazing. But yeah, so the PS2 was definitely something I got into as a kid, and then the Wii was introduced.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's yeah.
I think
Honestly,
my dad had some kind of GameCube. I think it was called something like that.
GameCube?
I don't
hmm.
really remember. I know it had these like small discs. I think that's
Yeah,
GameCube.
yeah. You're thinking of a
Yeah,
GameCube, yeah.
yeah. Game. He didn't introduce that till like a while because he just found it. But like we had Mario Kart, something. I don't remember the Mario Kart,
Mario
but it was
Kart
like
Double Dash?
sweet, probably something like that. I
It
don't
was
know.
Double
I'd have to
Dash.
find
There
it,
was
and
only one
it's
Mario Kart on there.
and I wouldn't be able to find it. But yeah, so we played that a lot. We used to just we were competitive with that one. I
yeah.
would
No, I
lose
get
it.
that. That sounds
Yeah,
nice.
yeah,
All
that's it.
right, that's a nice story. The PS2 is my favorite console to date, even with the PS5, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and PS4, all of that existing. I still say to this day PS2 was my favorite console, not because of anything graphics wise or specific like console features related, just because I think that era of gaming had so much heart and charm to it. That era of the that games don't have recently, like
Yeah.
Ratchet and Clank, Sly Cooper, even like the Lego games were on the PS2. I remember one of the first games I think I played in the PS2 was Lego Star Wars 2, or and like Lego Batman, all of that. So I think the PS2 was probably the best time for gaming in my experience. Even then, I will like frequently download a PS2 emulator on my computer, and I will go through old games
Yeah.
because they can be more fun than stuff that comes out nowadays. Even games that are hyped up for like 10 years. Aside from yeah, so yeah, Phil, for that story, I'm gonna give you 3 points, which brings you up to four. So that means Will is 2 points behind you. So
Oh,
Will, if you
hey.
want to try to pull ahead of Phil here,
Okay, so my first experience with video games overall, okay, was I was hanging out with my aunt. I was like 2, I think. I don't remember. And I was just we were just chilling at her shop here, and she pulled out a Game Boy, like one of the old Game Boys, and she introduced me to it. She showed me how to use it, and I sat there and played on it for hours. I don't know. It was honestly it was a while ago, but I think that's where my love for video games come from, was just sitting there with my aunt playing video games.
yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty much that. I don't really know what else
okay,
to
all right.
pull out of that story.
I will give you 1 point for that
Okay.
story. Well, it was a nice story to hear. I think it was very short compared to the last one. It also didn't include a lot of what's the word? Uh, just a lot of I can't think of the word, but all right. Either way, um, all right. So right now, Phil, you are at 4 points, and Will, you are at three. How long are we going for right now? What's the time?
We're at 12 minutes.
Okay, all right. Let's try to keep going for a little longer. Okay. So, Phil or Will, if you guys know the story, Will, you can try to pull ahead of Will. Yes, try to pull ahead of Will if you want, or Phil, if you want to just blow Will out real quick and think of another one.
Uh, so you said we can just talk about video game consoles in general, not we don't have to talk about like.
Yeah, as long as it's like in a story about it.
Okay.
If I can give you like help, could talk about like a story about trying to get a console that was hard to get, maybe like a story about and like a bad experience with a console. Like, I know Xbox 360 is like the red ring of death. Maybe you have like a story about that, or there was you could tell a story about like
Don't bring
trying
up
to
the
get a
red
game
ring,
for the red ring. Yeah.
bro. You okay? I'm glad that you brought that up. All right, so my Xbox 360 that I got from my brother, I had for like a very long time. Like I was a very young
Yeah.
person when I got that. I think probably like 4 or so years ago, the red ring got to me. I was like, motherfucker, like that.
Eh,
Like I literally, me and my dad tried to like maybe somehow try to fix it, all this kinds of stuff, because I had like so much saved data on that thing, and
yeah.
nothing. We couldn't do anything. And then I
Now,
got one for my cousin, right? I
oh,
got another one for my cousin. Worked just fine. The only problem, you know what the problem is?
What?
It didn't have no hard drive.
So I had
I
no
was
couldn't
it
storage.
was it like an
save
S?
nothing.
Was it
Oh.
one of the
I
was it one
don't.
of the
I
newer
don't.
ones that you
No.
could put hard
Nope.
drives in?
No. I don't even know. I really don't know. All I knew that it didn't have a hard drive. He didn't have it. I think he probably lost it for some reason. I couldn't save nothing. So every
Wow,
time
that
I played it, I couldn't
sucks.
even play some games because
Yeah.
like I need to save stuff, and like they were like, "Nah, bro, you can't. You don't get nothing." So I got pissed at that. So yeah, I think that's my little thing about the red ring.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. That I know that I experience with the Red Ring of Death. But if we ever go back to consoles somehow, I actually have bunch of stories about some consoles. Actually, okay, so Phil, I'm gonna give you yeah, I'll give you 3 points for that story because you seem very eager and put a lot of thought into it. So Phil's at 7 points, Will is at three. Now, Will, I will give you a chance to try to redeem yourself after a short story from me. Obviously, I'm not going for points, but I want to go with this for a second. Okay, so one of the first consoles I had personally, I know I had a PS2 before this, and I had Atari, and we had a Sega, right? So it was a Xbox 360. It was a white one. It was very chunky compared to the regular Xbox, like the black one with the green. So I don't know what type of Xbox 360 it was, but I know it was just, a big white one. So, um, what I remember is I think we were coming home from Dunkin' Donuts, and it was like it had just rained the night before, so it was like damp, right? And if you lived in Massachusetts before, you will know that everyone here just like lives off of Dunkin' Donuts. So my dad used to take me and my brother out every morning before school, or I think this was actually like a Saturday or Sunday. It was like a weekend, but he would wake us up to go get Dunkin' Donuts and like do his morning routine and stuff like that. So we were heading back from his morning routine, I think on a weekend, or maybe we just stayed home for that day. Um, in the or sorry, on like the road back, um, I think I was complaining about having to use the bathroom or something like that, right? But we stopped and we realized there was a just Xbox 360 outside of someone's house. So my dad didn't go to work because it had been like it was damp on the floor, right? But me and my brother were like, maybe they just put it out here this morning because why would they put out an Xbox in the middle of the rain? So he was like, okay, fine, I'll bring it home. So he brought it home. We plugged it up and stuff like that. And it worked pretty well, right? Like at first, it actually turned on. It wasn't wet, right? Um, there was like an account or two on it already, so we wanted taking it off. But here's the problem with this Xbox, right? So we found out the reason why they take it out, they like put it out in the street. Apparently, when we tried we tried connecting to our Wi-Fi, it wasn't working. So we plugged in the Ethernet cord from our router, and it didn't work because the person who had the console before us got banned off Xbox Live, the whole console permanently, for pirating stuff like music and games. So because that, I wasn't able to access Xbox Live ever on this Xbox, and there was already a problem with the disc, like the tray or whatever. What was I was trying to say? Sorry. Um, like you press the button on it and like the tray pops up, you put the disc in. It was
Yeah.
broken, so we had to use a screwdriver to force it out every time we wanted to put a game in.
Ooh, that
Yeah, so we weren't
sucks.
able to buy games digitally, and we were only able to put games into it, so we had to use a screwdriver all the time, and it was annoying. So that was an experience I had with a console that I thought was interesting. So now that you've heard that, Will, you have a chance now to start your next story if you want.
Ooh, I've been thinking for a little bit while I was listening to that, and I'm not entirely sure if I have another story.
Well, I know you collect consoles. You know have a story about that.
Oh yeah. So I, I as Jackal just said, I collect consoles and video games in general, and it's honestly it just started. I don't know, 2018. I started collecting games more and more.
Yeah,
Uh, and I was looking for a PlayStation 3, because I already had like a PS2 and an Xbox 360 at that point. It was like 2019, I think. And I was looking for one, and there's different types of PlayStations, but at that time I didn't know that eBay could like scam you or anything.
Oh.
and I bought a PlayStation 3 that was labeled backwards compatible. And whew, that
Mm.
was unfortunately for me, it was not completely backwards compatible.
What do
It
you
didn't
mean?
have any PlayStation 2 support,
Ah.
which was the whole reason I was getting it.
How is it backwards compatible then?
Because you can put PlayStation 1 discs in it and it'll work. That guy got little
I'm
old
sorry. Hold on. Hold
13
on.
year
Hold
old
on.
me to get a PlayStation that
Reese,
wasn't.
just say that again.
So basically, it is backwards compatible, but not through PlayStation 2. You can play PlayStation 1 discs on it.
That. Do you even have any
Yeah.
PlayStation 1 games at the time or
I
no?
no, I had two,
Oh
and
no.
it wasn't even it wasn't even worth playing on there.
Okay, so that
Yeah,
sounds like a.
it was fun. It was. I mean, I tried to contact them, but apparently their eBay account went down after that. That
Yeah,
sucks.
that would make a lot of sense. Did you actually wind up getting any games for it?
I did wind up getting PlayStation 3 games for it, a ton,
Ah, okay.
and
It
some
worked well.
PlayStation 1 games. Yes.
Okay, so you still have it to this day or what?
Yeah, it's sitting over there on my shelf.
Okay. So I will give you 3 points for that story, which brings you to a whopping 6 points, and with Phil, it's still at seven. So,
Alright.
before we go on any further, we can decide. Phil, do you still have any stories?
Um, mm, not really.
Not really. Okay.
I don't think I
Will,
do.
do you have any more stories?
No.
No. All right. So,
Yeah.
with that, that makes Phil the next episode host.
Alright. Good job,
All
Phil.
right. Good job. Yeah.
Thanks.
I think next time will be a more interesting episode because I am a chatterbox and I could probably keep the audience a little more entertained with the story.
Yeah.
So yeah, which is why we have special guests because I know, like, from my experience of talking to Phil and Will, their storytelling isn't always the best. So
Yeah.
uh,
I'd rather
you
talk
know,
in person, not on a call.
yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, thank y'all for coming to Jackal Cast episode 2. Uh, Go to the description below to check out Phil and Will's channel, along with our Studio Not a Glitch and our SMP. If you're interested in another podcast, thank you, but we're still gonna make them regardless if you aren't. So just subscribe to my channel, notifications on, or personalize whatever you want, and then you will get notified the next time I make one of these. So I hope everything goes well for you guys. All right, you guys, anything you want to say before we end the video?
Uh, have fun gaming if you're a gamer.
Yep.
Game a lot, and thanks for coming.
All right. And with that, we will see you guys next episode. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.